Hi, my name is Jen and welcome to Pilates in a Flash. We are going to do abs and hips today, and it's going to be a 30-minute workout. Today's props are going to be 2 cans, or if you have 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights in your house, you can definitely use those. I wouldn't use anything heavier than 3 pounds, okay? So up to 3 pounds is fine. I'm going to give you a second to go grab 2 cans. I have kidney beans and black beans today. And while you grab those cans, I'm going to let you know that your space needs to be safe, so clear out anything that may be in the way and to always go at your own pace. So today's class is going to get progressively harder throughout the 30 minutes. If you need to take a break or you need to modify, please do so, okay? So we're going to get started. We are going to start by laying down on our back. Hands nearby, but we don't need them just yet. Okay, getting settled in, taking a nice big deep breath in. Okay, arms down by our side. Breathe in and let the air out of the mouth. So I want you to be mindful that your spine is in a neutral position. So your head is on the mat, there's a little curve in your neck. Your rib cage is down on the mat, and there's a little curve in your low back. Your pelvis is level, so that means that pubic bone and those hip bones are somewhat level, okay? And you feel comfortable here, okay? You feel like you're anchored to the mat. You're gonna do 2 more deep breaths. You're gonna breathe in, filling out the rib cage left and right, letting the air come out of the mouth. 1 more nice deep breath in. Holding that spine and pelvis in neutral while we do this. Good. From here, you're going to bring those hands up towards the ceiling, okay? Hands are just over the shoulders. You're just going to reach for the ceiling, and then you're going to drop the arm bone down towards the floor into the socket. Reaching for the ceiling, dropping the arm bone down. So you're looking to feel for movement in the shoulder blades, your scapula moving towards the spine as the arm bones come down, away from the spine as the arm bones reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to go for 4. Breathe in and notice nothing is shifting in your spine for this action to happen. We're going to go for 2 more. Pelvis stays nice and level, ribs stay down on the mat. 1 more. Excellent. From here, you're just going to move both arms down towards your hips and then over your head. So the action of just moving the arms starts to engage your abs. You need to start to think about, as I move my arm bones in the sockets from hips to overhead, I'm not letting my ribs, including my lower ribs, start to peek off the mat. So that requires me to engage my abdominals and my obliques to keep my ribs heavy into the mat. All the while keeping my pelvis level and my tailbone anchored. So we at no point smush out that small curve in our low back to get our ribs down, okay? Just moving those arm bones for 3. You go as far as you can go while maintaining a neutral spine. 2, you feel any pressure in your shoulder, you don't go as far, you go to the range of motion that you can do. 1 more. Excellent. We're going to scissor the arms. So we're going to have nice strong hands, and we're going to tap our fingertips and our thumbs, scissoring the arms. So pinkies down to hips, thumbs overhead. Shoulders stay away from the ears, and ribs stay down. I want you to think, are my ribs between my shoulder blades down on the mat? And that means, is my breastbone moving down towards the mat? Mine wasn't. Mine was starting to peek up there. So I start to think, soften the breastbone, pull the front of the ribs towards the back of the ribs for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Arms come up. Hands stay nice and strong. We'll put a soft bend in the elbows. We're just going to open up our arms, and we're going to tap our fingertips together. We're going to open up our arms and tap our fingertips together. Feeling for shoulder blades moving, okay? Again, our spine stays in neutral, so all the ribs stay down. Our pelvis stays level, so we start to connect to the low belly, pulling downward to keep my pelvis from moving. Sometimes it's sneaky and you feel like you're using your glutes. Don't use your glutes, so unclench your bum. Okay, we're going to just open and close for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Okay, arms down by your side. Going into those legs. So we're going to bring one leg into tabletop, the opposite leg into tabletop, okay? Holding here, leveling the pelvis. So as soon as I bring my legs up, my tailbone wants to tip upwards. I have to bring my tailbone back down towards the mat, level the pelvis, and really think strong abdominals to hold all my ribs anchored down. From here, all I'm going to do is flex my feet and point my feet. Flex my feet and point my feet. Flex, point, flex, point. We're just going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to drop your feet down towards the back of thighs, okay? And I want you to make sure your knees are over your hips, so mine move forward just a smidge. You're going to do a small little toe tap. So you're going to send both toes down towards the mat and bring them back up. Both toes down towards the mat and bring them back up. At no point does my pelvis move. It's just the thigh bone in the hip socket moving down towards the mat. Pelvis stays really strong. And my low belly is helping me pick my toes back up for 3, for 2, for 1. Okay, we're going to flex our feet. We're going to go heels, tap, lift it back up. Heels, tap, lift it back up. For 4, if you can't reach with your heels because it's too far, don't go as far. We're going to 3. We're going to do 2. Okay, pelvis doesn't move, hips don't shift. 1, good. Feet down on the mat, tiny little break. You're going to push down into your feet and we're going to lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling and then lower it on down. Good. Push into the feet, lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling, lower it on down. Next one, push into the feet, lift the pelvis up. We're going to hold here and we're going to articulate our spine down towards the mat, landing our spine 1 vertebrae at a time and having our pelvis be the last thing touching down. Push into the feet, lift the pelvis up, and start to lower one piece of that spine, piece by piece by piece, all the way down. Push into your feet, lift on up. Last articulated bridge on the way down. Articulating that spine. Perfect. Now, we're going to push into our feet. We're going to lift our bum up towards the ceiling. We're going to pause. Okay, we're going to keep that connection in our feet on the mat. We're going to level our pelvis, and what I want you to do is I want you to drop your right hip down just a smidge and then lift it back up. You're going to drop your left hip down just a smidge and lift it back up. So at no point do we start to tuck our tailbone under as we do this really small hip rotation. Our thigh bones stay really still and our knees don't move. It's really tiny. Okay, it's just a small rotation, but as you push down into your feet and as you do that little hip drop, you should feel more sensation and work in the backs of thighs, hamstrings, and glutes. Glutes are squeezing towards each other, okay, not under. We're going to go for 4, low belly can be on. Start to connect. 3, belly button to spine. For 2, for 1. Pause. You're going to push into your your right foot, left shoulder, okay? We're going to float our left leg up into tabletop, then lower it on down. We're going to push into our left foot, right shoulder, lift our right leg up into tabletop, lower it on down. So continuing with this little march, okay? Alternating legs. At no point do our hips fall. Pelvis stays nice and level. Okay, pushing right foot, left shoulder, left foot, right shoulder, right foot lifts. Okay, little march for 4, for 3, find the anchor point before you lift the foot up. For 2, for 1. Excellent. Lower it on down. Good. Okay, so back to our abs. I want you to grab the cans. Okay. So legs come back up into tabletop. Breathe out of the mouth. Settle the spine into neutral and the pelvis. Pull the low belly in, bring the legs into tabletop. Okay, we're just gonna move our arms first. Arms go down towards the hips, arms go overhead. If you can't tap the arms all the way overhead without keeping your spine neutral, and that includes keeping all your ribs down on the mat, then you don't go as far, okay? So you really have to feel, am I using my abdominals and my obliques to keep my abs, to keep my ribs down? Am I using my low belly, okay, belly button to spine, to keep my pelvis nice and still? And my tailbone has to stay anchored to that mat, okay? We're gonna go for 4. Exhale as the arms come down towards the hips. 3, arms go overhead. 2, keep pulling everything down towards the mat, but keeping that little curve in the low back. 1. Good. We're gonna scissor. So abs stay on, spine stays neutral, arms stay strong. Really think. Squeeze the tricep, back of arm, to keep the arms fairly straight. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Arms come back up towards the ceiling. You're gonna soften the bend in the elbow, opening up those arms. Exhaling as the cans come together. Inhale. Are the ribs between the shoulder blades on the mat? Do I still have a little curve in my low back? Pull the low belly down, belly button to spine. Open and close both arms. Keep the opening smaller. So don't lose sight of your hands. Keep them in your peripheral vision. We're going for 3. Good. We're going for 2. We're going for 1. Excellent. Pause. Now, one arm opens and closes. Okay? So right arm for me is opening and closing. I get heavy on the left side of the ribs. Pelvis stays heavy on the mat. I keep pulling my belly button down towards my spine. Okay, supporting the curve in my low back for 3, for 2, for 1. Okay, opposite arm. So left opens and closes. Exhale on the closing. Inhale as you open. Right side of the rib cage gets heavy and anchored. Okay, for 4, for 3, pull the low belly down, anchor that tailbone. I'm starting to lose my low belly. 2, 1. Good. Little break. Okay, hands down. Excellent. Okay, from there, we're going to do a couple of roll-ups and roll-downs. Okay, these are tricky. To be honest, it's been a while since I've done them, so they might not be pretty, but we're going to try our best. If you can't get all the way up in a roll-up, you use the back of your thighs. So if you've never done this before, keep your legs bent, okay, and use the back of your thighs to help get you up. The idea is to articulate your spine the whole way up, okay? So it's technical, but we can go through it, and it's going to be fine, okay? So hands come up towards the ceiling. Legs are straight out in front of you. What I want you to do first is nod the chin and look at your breastbone. So nod the chin, look at your breastbone. Take a nice big deep breath in. Fill out the back ribs and start to pull yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Belly button goes to spine. Use the top abs to help move you through this motion all the way up to seated. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders away from the ears, and we'll reverse it. We tuck our tailbone, we roll off our sits bones, we pull our belly in, low belly, belly button to spine, and start to put our spine back down on the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Ooh, there we go, all the way back down. Okay, from here, we're gonna do it one more time. Not the chin, okay? We're gonna curl up. So we curl through the top of that spine, pull the belly button to spine, keep us curling the whole way up. Curl, 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 curl up. Sit at the top, shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the tailbone, start to curl off those sits bones, low belly in, belly button to spine, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Okay, thinking low back down, then mid back, then upper back. Good. Head is the last thing to go down. Okay, I said one more time, but really we have to get back up to seated. So we're gonna do that curl up once more, okay? Eyes on breastbone, here we go. Curling the whole way up, breathe in. Fill out the back ribs, keep going, belly button to spine, curl, 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 up we come. Excellent, so have your hands or your weights nearby. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is arms are in that semicircle position. Okay, arms in the semicircle, shoulders away from the ears. Sit up with a nice tall spine, but tall spine doesn't mean shoulders to ears, right? Tall spine means from our hips. We are going to think about doing a half rollback. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under, we're going to roll off our sits bones, and we're going to go down backwards as far as we can manage, feeling our abdominals working to bring us back and down, pulling the low belly in nice and hard, as well as our belly button towards the spine, and pausing. To come up, we come up from the top of head as if we're doing an ab curl. So we lead with the top of our head to come back up to stack the spine. Okay, so flex those feet. I forgot to say that. Flex the feet, low belly in, arms are in a big semicircle, shoulders down. Roll off the sits bones, start to articulate your way down, making a shallow C, pause. Feel the low belly working, feel the abs working to hold you here from the top of your head as if you're doing an ab curl. You stack the spine to come back up. One more, tuck the tailbone, okay, start to curl down, off the sits bones, legs are engaged, low belly keeps pulling in, little shallow C from your pubic bone all the way to the top of your head, pause. You're gonna lift your right arm up and then down. Left arm up and then down, okay? Holding back at an angle you can maintain. Continue to pull in the low belly and the belly button to support your spine. Arms going up should make you feel sideline of the body, so obliques are working. For 4, okay? For 3, ears are back in space. Oops. 2, might like to go forward. 1, okay? From the top of head, come all the way back up. Excellent. Good job. Whew. Okay, so keep the feet nice and flexed, sit up nice and tall. From here, we're going to tuck the tailbone, we're going to curl back and down. We're going to open up the right arm to the right and then bring it back to center. We're going to do that 3 more times. Right arm to the right, back to center. Breastbone goes with you, okay? So breastbone follows that arm, moving the rib cage. Good. One more, low belly, belly button to spine. Don't lose it. Now we got to do the left side. So left side opens up and comes back to center. Feet are flexed, low belly in, belly button to spine. 2 more. Breastbone goes with that arm. Eyes follow. 1 more. Okay, sit all the way back up. We're going to add the weights to that. If the weights are too much, you feel compression or something bad in your low back, you have to stop. Always modify. Maybe don't go so far back with the lean back. Okay, so I'm going to take both the hands or both the weights, flex the feet, sit up nice and tall. Okay, arms are going to come to a semicircle, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe into the spine, back of ribs, tuck the tailbone, start to curl back. Okay, pause. You are a shallow C from your pubic bone all the way to your breastbone, a little higher than that, to your forehead. Okay, from here, you're going to open up that right arm. Eyes are going to follow, breastbone follows, and you're going to close. Good. You're going to open up, and you're going to get heavy in the left sit bone. At no point
Does your pelvis sway or do your legs move, right? So we're just moving our arm and our rib cage one direction. We're going to do it one more time on this side with a light weight in our hand. Good. Opposite one. So I'm going to put my palm towards the ceiling. I'm going to open up my arm with that weight in it, and I'm going to close the arm. As I open the arm up, my breastbone follows, my eyes follow, and I get heavy on the right sit bone, okay? Anchor down the right side. Pelvis doesn't twist or move. Knees stay perfectly still. One more after this one, okay? Open one more time. Open and close. Good. Okay, weights are down. We're going to curl back down, okay? So we're going to tuck the tailbone. Okay, we're going to curl, 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 curl all the way back down. Excellent. Okay, so I do need you to grab your weights and have them closer to you. There we go. Sorry about that. So that you can reach for them. Back to our glutes. Okay, glutes and hamstrings in bridge. You're going to find those feet again. You're going to make sure that they're at a narrow stance or basically lined up with your hip bones or your lungs. So they're not open, right? They're not open super far. Your thigh bones are lined up with your hips. So bridge means that the thigh bones are lined up with the hips and everything is in a nice parallel line, okay? From here, push into your feet. Lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling, pushing into your feet continually, feeling for back of thighs, lower on down, okay? Push into feet, lift on up. Feeling for glutes working and helping you lift that pelvis up towards the ceiling. Thinking my glutes help me out by coming together and squeezing together as if they're best friends and then lowering on down. Push into feet, squeeze my bum cheeks together, lower on down. Noticing if I'm actually tucking my tailbone under. I don't want you to tuck, okay? So you're keeping a little curve in that low back as you lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling and then lower on down. It's not easy. Push into feet, lift on up and lower. Okay, we're going to make this harder. We're going to push into feet, lift on up, pause. Level the pelvis. You're going to come halfway down and up, halfway down and up, halfway down and up, halfway down and up. Good. So this doesn't allow our bum to get too much of a break, right? So we keep pushing into our feet, our hamstrings continually work, and our bum kind of releases and then has to recontract. Release, recontract. Excellent, okay? We're going for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold it up, level the pelvis, low belly on, little curve in the low back, still pushing from the back of thighs and squeezing my bum cheeks together. From here, you're going to push into the right leg and right foot and left shoulder to find a diagonal piece of support. You're going to float that left leg up into tabletop. You're going to tap the toe down and up, down and up, down and up. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Switching sides, push into the left foot, right shoulder, lift the right foot up and tap it down. Coming into tabletop, bum cheeks still squeeze towards each other, pelvis stays nice and level. Okay, we're going for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Lower it on down. Perfect. From here, you got those cans in your hands. From here, legs come back up into tabletop. Okay, so now we're going to add our legs with our arms moving. If it becomes too much, you put your feet on the ground or you just hold your legs in tabletop. Be mindful that there's no compression in your low back, okay? So from here, we get our ribs down on the mat. Spine is in neutral, level the pelvis. Okay, we're going to send both arms overhead and we're going to tap our toe down onto the ground. We're going to alternate, send arms overhead, left toe taps down onto the ground. So single toe tap as our arms go overhead.
Okay, ribs have got to be down. So if our ribs aren't down, this is gonna feel easy as if you're doing nothing. You're just kind of rocking and rolling. I don't want you to rock at any point. The only thing moving are your arm bones and one thigh bone in the socket. Your spine and your pelvis does not move. Your rib cage stays super heavy. So that means the upper abs, obliques, okay, have to be on. Low belly keeps pulling down to support and stabilize that pelvis as the leg bone moves away from tabletop down towards the floor. For 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Okay, we're going to send our left arm back behind us. We're going to extend our right leg out in front of us. Okay, staying on this side. Left arm behind us, right leg extends. Okay, left arm overhead, right leg extends. Pelvis, you get heavy on the left side of that pelvis. Rib cage, you get heavy on the right side, okay? Ribs stay down, abs are on for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Switch. Right arm goes over, left leg extends, back to center. Breathe in, extend, exhale, back to center. Get heavy on the right side of the pelvis, heavy on the left side of the rib cage. Low belly keeps pulling down, belly button to spine. We're going to do 2 more. Right arm overhead, 1 more. Pause. Both arms are going to extend, both legs are going to extend. So both arms extend, both legs extend. Pause. Bring it back to center. Both arms extend, both legs extend. Pause. Bring it back to center. 2 more times. Both arms extend and really think breastbone down, ribs stay down. And extend those legs. Little curve in the low back still there. Level the pelvis. 1 more time. Pause. Good. Okay. Bring those cans down. Spread the legs nice and wide. And you're going to windshield wiper the thigh bones. Your pelvis is going to pick up a little bit on one side and kind of do a small rock. Keep the pelvis contained, okay? And keep the legs nice and wide. Nice and wide. Good. Okie dokie. Perfect. Okay, you're going to come on over to your right side. So I'm coming onto my right side here. We're going to finish with some glutes, okay? So I'm coming down, and I'm actually going to stay up on my forearm. It's a little bit harder and more work for my obliques. I'm going to grab my pillow. If you don't have your pillow handy, it's all good. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to grab my pillow just to remind me not to let my ribs fall towards the mat. Bring my ribs up, okay? Shoulder away from the earth, as if I was going to come into a side plank. I'm lifted through my rib cage. My abs are on, front of ribs are back, pushing backwards. Okay, they're not arcing forward, they're pushing back. Top leg is long and straight. If this position is too much for you, you feel something funky, lay all the way down and put your head onto your arm. Okie dokie. Let's lift that top leg up and lower it on down. Lift the top leg up and lower on down. That top leg has got to be in line with the hip so it's not too far out in front of you. Lifting and lowering does not rock the hips, does not rock the ribs. And already my body wants to cheat. So I need to stay lifted through my obliques, shoulder down, hips still. Okay, that changes everything, okay? So hips don't move, low belly holds that pelvis still. I'm thinking of lifting from side bum and hip. Lift and lower, okay? We're gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Extend the top arm towards the ceiling. Okay,
and lift the ribs, square the hips. You're going to send that top leg forward in a little kick, and then it comes back past the midline, past the hip. Send the leg forward with a little kick, then send it back. So we're just moving the leg through a little kicking motion. Our pelvis does not move. For 4, okay, for 3, long, strong leg, 2, 1, excellent. Tiny little break. From here, you're going to get rid of that pillow. You're going to scissor the legs. You don't have to have them scissored if you don't want. Sorry, my top leg is going forward, my bottom leg is going back. You can have your knees bent if that works for you. We're going to lift it up into side bridge and then down. For 3, and then down. For 2, then down. For 1, and then down. Excellent. Let's do the opposite side. Okay, I'm going to use a pillow just as a reminder. Top leg is nice and long. Move to my mat. Ribs up. Hips stacked, leg is long. Lift and lower. When you lift, this hip does not move. So that top hip doesn't sink. It doesn't move. So keep your hand there if that's helpful for you to think. And keep that hip and pelvis nice and still. The lifting is coming from our bum, most likely side bum and hip, but you might feel it a little further back. Okay, we're going to lift for about 8 more, and already my ribs have sunk. So I need to think ribs up, and that includes pulling my belly button in and the front of my chest back, right? So my chest has to go back so my breastbone is not sticking out. Good. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold it up. This arm's going to reach for the sky, which is going to help me think about my rib cage lifting up, keeping both waistlines nice and long. I'm going to float my leg forward and float my leg back. Float my leg forward. Float my leg back. My hips and pelvis don't move. I'm feeling side bum, hamstring, glute max. For 4, little float forward and back. For 3, oh my. For 2, for 1. Good. Okay, you're going to do that side bridge. We're going to scissor the legs, 1 and 2. You're just going to lift for 3. So lift it up, power up the legs, lower it down, lift it up, power up the legs, think side body, lower it down. 1 more, lift, hold, and lower it on down. Good. Excellent. You're going to come to your hands and knees for me. Okay. You're going to do a little cat-cow. So you're going to drop your head down and lift your head up. So we're doing a cat. We drop our head down towards the mat and tuck our tailbone under, lifting up our breastbone away from the mat. And then eyes come up, tailbone goes shooting right back behind me. Top of head goes forward and I bring my breastbone forward just a little bit. I do it again. Breathe in. Excellent. And out. Perfect. You're going to sink back into child's pose. Arms go overhead. Head comes down onto the mat. You're going to hang out here just for a couple seconds. Good. We're going to bring our hands back. Sitting up nice and tall, crossing the arms over the chest. We're going to do 1 more little motion. So you're just going to rotate through your rib cage, really gentle. Okay. Moving that breastbone one direction and then moving it in an opposite direction. And you guys are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again, and I hope you enjoyed the workout. Have a great day and a great week.